Alright, order showed up, old tent's down. It's got a pole, already put the tent away. So I'm gonna put a new tent up, and I got a new light. I'll reveal all this here as I get going. I'm gonna start with the tent first. Goes in this area here, and it's got its own dedicated 20 amp line. So let me get going on this real quick. Everything came with instructions. Don't need it. Not sure. Looks like patches and Velcro straps. There's all the leg post, all welded. Remember the days where shit, I even remember the plastic ones. Poles. Should all have letters on them, so I'll get them all organized by letters. It's a pretty simple process. So, and here's the tent. Get it out of the box, unwrap. So I said I was gonna get the pole situated, but I don't recall any of my other tents being like this. The poles are packaged, already separated, so that's one less thing I got to do. These are the rough supports, or a little light. So we get the frame going, and then for those that have never tackled the fun experience of doing tents, the little tip on the Mars Hydro is there's a Mars Hydro emblem. That's the top right of the tent. So what you need to do is undo the main zipper all the way around, all the way, and then get the bottom laid out just like this, and then build the bottom bars, and then put the top corner bars up and make the whole frame, and then the tent go from the back up over the top. That's how you do it. So lay out the bottom first, everything behind it, build the whole frame, and then pull the tent from the back over the top forward. And coming along, got the exhaust in now, got the power strip in, got air intake. I'm gonna probably try to add one on this side too, and plugged up all those, and the one back there. So I got the little tray in. Of course, I'll be having a swimming pool in here. So now I'm ready for the light. So let me get to unboxing the light. So we got a row of adjustable bars, another row of bars, and then we got the power supply, the nuts and bolts, cables, more cables, all kinds of plugs. That is the octopus. And we got the power supply, controller box mounted. Then we got courtesy with some ratchet straps, and then the old school dial-up phone cable. And reminisce there. And a box of styrofoam. So let me get this light. So you got the light. The one I'm working on the side without the cords. All you do is we got the two little tabs, slide them in the groove. There's a little insert. Too bad with one hand. and I just snug them. I don't tighten them yet because we got to do all 6 bars, and then you got to flip it over. I mean, it's pretty easy. You got little tabs here that go in this groove, and then you got the little brass looking nut piece that you just line up in the middle. Put that on. Okay, so I got the last bar here. So I got that one in. This one here. Set it up underneath. It's going to be definitely not a one-hand project here. Well, we'll try to make it happen. See if we can do it. Yep. So I need 2 hands. This is, I mean, it's kind of easy to figure out. I mean, you got these also slide where these are. So if you want these closer, you want to move that before you put this down in there. Actually, you would have to slide the nut insert out of this one and then out of this one, and then you could slide this over. Then you would have to put the other 2 in. Either way, I'm doing lineup. There's, for the traditional setup, now these, like you all know, you can move them, but I'm centering them. Let's see right here. All centered for full coverage, since it's going into 5x5. So what I'm actually going to be seeing is the difference of this versus the FC, or the, yeah. And then you got these here. Don't forget to put the washer on. So, and then you got your end caps when you're done. Yeah, that goes. That's in case you, the reason why they're not in case you wanted to move this. Like I said, you have to slide that nut out, slide this nut out to put it all in here. So they didn't put them in there ahead of time in case you wanted to do that. But these just push in like that, and now it's good to go. Why these are cool, whoever thought of that, put that in, is awesome, because this being aluminum, even though it's got a little bit of rounded sharp end, but this was to, with the weight of this, hit your tent. It can literally slice your tent with the weight of it. Say a ratchet strap broke or whatever the case is. It's a cool feature, because these right here, this corner, that's pretty sharp. That's real sharp, actually. That would definitely slice your tent wide open. No effort at all there. So cool little rubber plugs. So far, I'm liking this one. I would even like it if they weren't adjustable. If they converted the other FZ series that I has that bends in half, if they converted that to this, I would like that just as much. I don't use the bending and all that stuff, so I'm trying to talk over the stupid movie that's playing in the background. But there's the corners. I'm gonna flip it around, tighten up the other side, and get the corners on. You have to kind of feel it. There's little tabs on here. They go in these plugs one way, and then once you push them all the way in, turn it clockwise till it stops. That's how it locks it. Don't forget to do that. If you don't do that, it can possibly vibrate out. So like I said, very simple. Just kind of push it in, get it to sit flush, go clockwise, and it's locked in. Maybe you can kind of see. Let's see if I can get the camera shut. See these little notches here. So get little notches on there. So they just go in, like I said, flush, and then you turn clockwise to tighten. So I thought I would just show this. This is the FCE series. This is the driver for it, control box. Here's the FC. output. 480, 24 to 64. Output. Okay, so the power's the same. They're both 480 watts max, 10 amp max. So there it is there. Okay, now what makes this light better, in my opinion, I haven't ran it yet. I got confidence, obviously. We've gotten to that point, so with the grow lights and technology. But what makes, if you ask me what makes it worth spending the extra money for the FCE, I think that's what it's called. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I'm not up to par on remembering all the names of these lights. But over the original FC that folds is this one, as you can see, individual elements. So right there will tell you if down the line something ever happened to one of the elements. Obviously you can replace it very simply, you know, once you get a new one. Take you probably a whole, depending if it's even if it's in the middle, it doesn't matter. They detach up so they don't slide on and off. See, that was another brilliant thing, not making it all slide on from one corner all the way over. They just drop straight down and screw on. So it would literally take you, you know, 30 seconds, or depending on how fast you are, spinning those off, unhooking it, spinning new ones on, hooking it back up. So that is the huge benefit there. Long run, long term, we're talking 5+ years or whatever, who knows. I haven't had any problems with mine running them in extreme heat, extreme cold, all that stuff. So that's the huge advantage with this one by far, long term, is replacement elements. Or let's say in the future, if Mars was really smart about this, if they upgraded the light diode technology, you can just do bar replacements. Or if they decide to see if I'm not gonna say if they were American, we would already have this set up, is you'd have replacement bars. But not only that, is you can have dominant red ones or dominant blue ones that you could slot, you know, pop in. So this kind of opens the Pandora box here of all kinds of customizing. So we'll see how far they take it. I don't know. I don't work for them, so if I was them, I would be looking at having some kind of options like that. Say somebody wants to put 2 solid red bars in and run 4 of the full spectrum, or whatever the case is. But you know, if they stole individuals, that would be pretty sick. But anyways, this is how it is, untouched. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing hung up. Probably gonna modify this one too. Not at the moment. I don't like putting 4 ratchet straps. That makes it a real pain in the ass for me to adjust, because for me, I'm a net guy, so I run the trellises. So it's really difficult getting to the back ones, especially when there's 2 of them. But what I normally do is I'll put a strap, go across there, and then it'll be in the middle, so I can actually reach it and adjust the light. I don't need my light kiltering or tilted I want it flat anyway. So I don't know if you saw the FC series. That's what I did with that one, is I had straps going across, so I only had 2 points to do adjustments instead of 4. I'm probably going to do that. I'm not going to do the 4, so I already know I'm not going to like that. So let me get to finding something to use to put on this so I can have a 2-point connection. Mars already included the hangers for a 2-point, so thank you very much for thinking of me there. Obviously you can run 4 straps. You would have more distance up, or you can have something tying from here to here that doesn't have this slack. I mean, granted, that's about 6 inches from here to here that you'll gain if you need the height. So something to consider. You can chain it from here to there with half that bow, which would give you more height. So numerous ways. This is not all the way up. It's still got maybe 2 or 3 inches, which height wise will be perfect. Probably be running this light all the way up 30 inches or so. So I'm gonna get the hang of the power supply right now. Alright, it's all hooked up there. I just made some mild steel TIG wire. I just bent little C hooks. I don't know if you can kind of see that. So that ain't going nowhere. I was going to use zip ties, but I don't like zip ties. Over time, get brittle, all that crap. Short term, okay, I guess, but it was nothing just to use some TIG mild steel rod. And I know that's not going to get brittle. So I got the controller facing outward. So I got the on off and then the dim. So it's there. That's hanging up, if you notice, just like the last light, really. Nice and clean. You do have to use this as a leveler when you do a 2-point. The weight of all the wires on this side kind of dips it down a little bit, so you just have to use that as the, so you can pull the whole light up with the cables. So it's not a big deal. I mean, it to be 100% precise. There it is. Exhaust intake goes right there. I already got the tube. See here now. I got the one hand this. Use one of my cigar boxes. Yeah, that'd be perfect height. Which one is this? A Gurkha, I think. Yeah, it's a Gurkha box. Yeah. So yeah. They're right there. That's where the fan will sit on top. I gotta clean the fan. And then on this side, this is where the heater goes. So with the nice cold winter time, I have to put the heater on. So I'm gonna get the Velcro also strapped over here so I can put the gauge in. So I'm gonna do that right now. And pool's ready. Lights working. It's all the way down. That turns it off. I'm sure this back one does. Oh, that puts it on max, so that bypasses the controller. So it's all done. Gauge hanging up, exhaust on, fans on. That runs back that way. Got 290 bins. No light. I will zip it up inside, double check light leaks there, and that's it. Next video will be the plants going in. So Mars 5x5, Mars FCE series kicking off. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm out of here.